after this.
So excited.
Been practicing. He's been running some. I mean, level 15, he's had to run quite a couple games there.
I've been drinking Kool-Aid Jammers like I did when I was 9. Cause I like to pretend that I haven't lost the time. In the end, the nostalgia, though it tastes fine, I can only drink a couple cause it feels like a lie. We play Halo and we'd lay low in our basement until the sun began to rise. We would go to school but not learn too much, cause it's hard to read when you've got tired eyes. They've been with me for some time, and it's nice to know that they still by my side. Friends are like stars, cause no matter how far, when it's dark outside, they will be your light. We played Halo, and we'd learn low in our basement until the sun began to rise. We would go to school, but not learn too much, cause it's hard to read when you've got tired eyes. Months go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime. Years go by, the time it flies, past the days that we drink Kool-Aid in the summertime.
See a word so many times, it starts to like lose.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like that can't be a word.
That's
It's like
wrong.
if you say the same word over and over and over and over.
So, I put in the over unders and everything, which were accurate as of late last night. But I've been writing Chiefs so many times. It feels wrong that it's I before E.
Except after C. Do you know that rule's actually wrong more than it's correct?
Yeah. There's a joke about it from Brian Regan.
Weird.
And like neighbor, I before E except after C. And in like A as in neighbor and way.
Hello?
Like that.
What?
Pretty cool.
We are back. It is the MVZ podcast. Zach's on the phone, starting it off great. It's okay.
Did you even turn this on?
I just didn't mute it.
Oh.
We weren't saying anything.
Oh.
It's a little here, little there of the of PUBG, which it's so crazy. Zach's the youngest of all of us, and he is the most absolute behind the times.
You want me to report an outage?
So bad.
Like
I'll report it real quick. All right, bye.
We legit. We were huge on PUBG. How many years ago now? 6?
Oh, easy. We started that, what, 2016?
It could be 7 years, yeah.
7 years? Something like that. Back then, I felt, but remember, it was more pixeled back then. I feel it's clearer now. They've like,
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, shit, the game takes up 20 gigs now on my
I
phone.
mean, right? That's like a PS5 game, man. Right?
It's about 20 PS3 games.
It's very true. You're not wrong.
My power just went out.
So why did she tell you? Are you supposed to fix
I-
it?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
Doesn't she have the app? Can't she
You're
file
gonna
it? Oh, you know what? I guess not, because
You're
Nicole
gonna fix
can't
it
either.
from here?
You can just go to the FPL app and report an outage at your address.
That's what I'm doing right now.
Well, did the breaker blow? She just got to reset the breakers?
I mean, both
Like-
sides of our house are out.
So the block's out.
She didn't go inspect that. They live in the hood.
Your neighbors' houses are out too? Just your house. So the breaker might have blown.
Maybe.
There was a loud bang apparently right before.
Oh, it could have been.
Transformer.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, she's going to have to LPNL it. Oh, shit, you're going to have no air tonight, man.
Well, she won't.
What?
You can just stay.
Ah. My car wouldn't start, babe. I can't make it back home.
So it is Dave's dream come true. NFL's back.
Yes. Yes, it is. My God. I live, sleep, eat, and
Dreams do come true. Oh man. It's old TJ
They
Hawkinson.
said it's an isolated outage, just us.
Oh.
They said we sent a thing to thing and you're not receiving power right now. And they said, yeah, we take this isolated outage. They said you should have power by midnight 15.
oh.
Midnight
So I'll
15
just be here
as
till
in
midnight 15.
12:15
Yeah, I'll just be here till midnight 15.
in 3 hours? Man.
They get to us pretty quick.
But 3 hours in Florida, I mean, your house you could
It's
you're
gonna be 85 degrees in there,
the
man.
meat in the house could spoil. Like Bethany could go bad. You go sour. I know 3 hours in my house without AC. I'm losing it. I'm texting people. Hey, help me! I can't live like
There's
this.
some ice, man. Bring ice now. It's life or death.
It's 2023. This can't still be happening.
I'll be honest.
I can live in
The
Texas.
timing for that, for me, worked out okay.
It's pretty
I- I-
perfect.
I mean, you're
Gotta be
sitting
home.
pretty right now.
I mean, it
AC's
sucks a
hitting you in
lot.
the back right now.
Marshall's asleep.
Well, he
Will
Will
won't
that
be.
wake him up?
You better pull a cover off him. Shit, man. You're gonna roast his ass.
Gonna have to get one of those battery powered fans.
Man, he's fast.
Ish. Is that Jimmy Gibbs? So it looks like Travis Kelce, he's out tonight. Hamstring, hyperextended knee. Looks like in his other life would have been a highway patrolman.
I was about to see on the stash there. Looks like a 80s porn star.
Man, Gibbs is fast, man.
The Lions about to take. Oh,
Oh, God. Oh.
smart.
He's
Just
like a
fall
bird
on
to
him.
fall on it.
That's smart.
We decided we're gonna do some picks. Zach, I think. Did we only do once? Well, this is our third season doing picks, right?
Yeah.
We did a pick'ems the first year.
And last year was a weird hybrid.
Yeah, well, because they did. We had legal gambling for a few weeks.
What's the minus 3.5 mean?
That means you expect the Chiefs to win by 4 or more.
Well, Vegas said 3.5.
So the next game would be like 3. Next game would be 4. Next game would be 11.
Yeah. If you go by, like if
Oh.
the Ravens win by 10 against the Texans,
Then you'd get
it's a
even
push.
better.
It's an even. It doesn't count. You get a tie.
Not gonna lie, I don't get it, but I'm gonna say okay.
Okay, just imagine the game starts 10-0. That's it.
Got it.
Think they're gonna make up those 10? That's it.
Basically, like if the Texans lose by less than 10 or win, then the Texans would be the pick that would win that one. Which sounds like, oh, well, then I'd pick the Texans, but they suck. That's the problem.
They do suck.
That's why there's the spread.
He throws a good screen.
Shit.
Wow. The Lion's gonna lion.
Yikes.
Head on ball.
Who's 0?
Somebody's gonna get their number taken away. It's so weird the NFL allowed the number 0 this year. Yep, got low.
Someone junior. Is that Marvin Jones?
Marvin Harrison?
Definitely not Marvin Harrison.
So the first game is on. Before the game started. Oh, let me turn that on to there. So there people can see the picks. We all picked the Chiefs. 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Tied at 7. Chiefs deep in their own territory. So really, picking the Lions, probably still the same, starting 0-0 at half. Game number 2 of the week. We already know Zach's choice.
Fair enough.
Probably his choice
Fair enough.
the entire season.
Fair enough.
And I'm going to,
So this is the game layout. These are the games for the next weeks.
until Sunday.
Okay.
Well, till Monday night.
Zach, you take that? Because you're going to type your scores, your stuff. So you take that one.
Were they both type?
What?
Your keyboard and this keyboard type?
No, but it's a Google Doc, so I can open it up on both. With the newly paid Joey Bosa. Huh? Bosa, whatever.
Yeah, Joey's a try.
G.I. Bosa. Dave.
Yeah.
Captain Know Nothing.
That's right. It's Mr. No Nothing.
Are the Steelers going to lose by less than 3? Or win? Or will the 49ers, visiting Pittsburgh, win by 3 or more? Steelers didn't go to the playoffs last year, but their team looks much better. The 49ers went to the NFC Championship with a 7th-round quarterback. Championship or division round?
Do 49ers.
I hate you both.
Well, I despise you. Remember we talked about this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's long documented.
I get the little guy. The biggest guy gets the little. That's fine. It's all right, man. Size don't matter.
It does.
It really does.
Size matters. Oh, I got the old season record on there. We will vertical align, center. All right. Man, sometimes it really moves quick. Horizontal, middle. Panthers at the 3.5-point favorite Falcons. This is a matchup of bad versus worse. Panthers starting a new rookie quarterback.
Falcons for me.
Falcons starting Desmond Ridder, who was not named a captain for the Falcons this season at the quarterback position. But you need upsets. Dave said Panthers too. Zach? Zach?
Want to type it in?
Yeah.
Ride Bijan in the gang.
I feel like he's doing that just to be a bitch.
Pitts is gonna finally produce and make that trade worth it for you, Mike, this year.
Pitts payoff. Who is this?
And you can say that just because me and Mike usually don't disagree with that many picks.
But he still usually wins.
Because you can only disagree so many times out of that many. Ugh. Yeah.
Ravens at Texans.
Really
Texans
hard to pick.
starting. They had the second and third pick in the draft this year, taking C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson Jr.
Ravens is fine.
Goodness gracious. Dave,
Yeah.
Bengals, Browns. Are you taking the Browns?
Yes, sir. They have the Bengals number. Look at it. It's
Do they
weird.
though? Bengals for me.
Okay.
The freshly paid Joe Burrow. What was it? 5 years?
275.
Man, I knew I should have been a quarterback. Probably taking Bengals here. I think Deshaun's ruined. Buccaneers at 6-point favorite Vikings. I think 6 is not enough. The Bucks are bad. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa.
Wow.
Control Z. David.
Lost the Bucks. You come cry
I
to
know,
me.
I
Cry
know.
to me when I whipped your ass.
I'm learning to use 2 computers and 2 mice here.
Who the hell are the Commanders?
Washington, formerly the Redskins.
I was gonna say what?
Then the football team.
All right. Cardinals.
You take the Cardinals?
Yeah, the Cardinals.
Okay.
Oh, he could have got that.
Titans at Saints. This is a...
Saints or Titans? Saints by 3 or more. The Titans to cover.
David?
What?
Titans at the 3-point favorite Saints.
Saints.
Tannehill starting
Right, this
quarterback.
next one has to be backwards.
Yeah, probably.
There's no way the Colts on the road are 4.5-point favorites.
Did it late at night.
What?
I did it late at night.
I'm taking them even if they're 4.5-point favorites, which I assume they are. Were the Jags 4.5-point favorites?
So it's this.
Okay, that makes sense. I was just looking at it and I was like, that seems impossible. to
I
me.
feel like Zach Dave's going to stick with the Florida Pride.
Yep.
Rams at the 5.5-point favorite Seahawks.
No Cooper Cup.
No Cup and a old man. What's his name?
Stafford.
Stafford ain't played.
And healthy and Jigba.
Seahawks.
4-point favorite Eagles at Patriots.
They're only 4.
I mean, that might have changed. This is
I mean, I'll take them. It's 4 for sure.
Patriots.
still 4.
Yeah, I'll take that easily. That's like one of my favorite picks of the week.
What's that, Dave?
Patriots.
I like it. I like a contrarian. Raiders at the 4-point favorite Broncos.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
All right. I'm going Raiders. Just because.
I like the reasoning.
Yeah, Raiders.
Bears. Home. 1.5-point
Battle
favorites.
Galactica. What?
The Office.
Huh?
The Office.
I was going to say Packers.
All right. You piece of shit. It's all right. I didn't pick the Steelers. Did I? I didn't.
Everything's downloaded.
Dolphins. Cowboys and Bills.
Nice and small.
All right. So they both picked them boys, to beat the Giants. Gonna have to go. I have to agree. And Bills over the Jets, especially with the spread being quite small. It's average. All right.
Is Rasheed Rice gonna just boom? Is he just gonna be the guy?
It's going to be the guy.
The guy that we like never knew that they were gonna have is gonna be Rasheed Rice. Seriously. Because everyone thought it was gonna be Tony.
How many picks we got the same? Feels like we got a lot of differences here.
Yep. Well, no one knows anything yet, so it's all based on like how you feel.
5 separate picks between me and Zach.
You guys have 11 of the same picks.
Yeah, but that's a lot. 5 different picks and a pick 'em. That could be the difference between being a good picker and a broke motherfucker in Vegas, man. But then again, in Vegas, you don't have to pick all of them. You pick all games. So
Yeah.
there's a lot I probably wouldn't pick in week 1, especially just because
Right.
you're just waiting. You're just asking to lose money. All right. So now the internet can know. All right. I'll take my keyboard back there, buddy. Buddy. Hey, buddy. Boy, these. I think Dave's really ready to play PUBG somewhere. We played a couple days. We don't usually get to play when there's still daylight out.
I know.
But we did today. We got 3 in. 3 or 4.
4 in.
Oh, yeah. One I died so quick.
3 not great. 1 on top.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes 80 yards,
Passing.
27 on the ground.
It's not great.
What did she just say?
How many Law and Orders can there be? Oh, okay. Well, he's from Law and Order. That's why I know that, dude. Maria Taylor. I want to know how tall she is. It's gotta be fucking like 6'6", man.
Yeah, 6.
She's big. She's taller than Jason Garrett and God, who's the other fucking white dude? She was standing next to Devin McCourty, I think, and she was inches taller.
What was her name? Maria Taylor?
Yeah.
Whoa, no need. To who though?
That is very unlike Mahomes. MVS?
Said Jones.
Some guy off the street.
Who the heck could that even be?
Some collegiate athlete.
Oh, Richie James.
Richard James.
She's
I knew they had James, but I was
6'2".
6'2". Yeah, she's big.
He's probably wearing heels.
Her?
6'2" with heels on, so 6'4" at least.
I don't know if they'd let her on heels. She was on the field.
Dude, she was towering over all 3 guys, man.
Yeah, well,
If I was one of them guys, I'd be
She
like,
might have been.
I am not standing next to this chick.
Yeah, is Bryce gonna be the guy? That's 3 catches. He's got like
see who,
11 fantasy points.
we're going to see who's going to have him on the we'll see what his waiver wire cost is.
He's already on a team.
Is he?
He's a rookie, so like he got drafted. Just if you're a rookie receiver for Kansas City, you're gonna get drafted in 3 rounds.
This is really not the offense you like to see for the Chiefs, but it's the first half. Yeah, I'm sure they'll come out firing. But Noah Gray.
Run. Yeah, it's a holding call. That's gonna take it back.
Yeah, I would like to know what the consensus is like in the football world. Who the better coach between Belichick and Andy Reid?
The consensus is gonna be Belichick. I don't agree with it, but that's what
How high of a consensus? Like,
everybody. People with coaches only care about rings, which is kind of unfair because you only have what players you have.
but man, Andy Reid wins everywhere. He made Kevin Cobb a Pro Bowler. Nick Foles.
Kevin Cobb? Remember Kevin Cobb?
Nick Foles had like the highest interception or highest touchdown to interception ratio in the NFL history, right? It was like 37-3 or something crazy. Gotta love a man who eats big old burly cheeseburgers too on the plane. What are you most looking forward to in the league? Like, what are you most just getting to watch or just watching your Steelers?
Watching my Steelers. Obvious. I'm so excited. This is the most excited I've been for a Steelers season in a long time.
News.
Because I was thinking about it. The last 4 seasons have been bad. So, like, by Steelers standards, like, obviously we didn't have a losing season any of those times. One of those seasons we actually went 12-4. But, like, we had a bad Roethlisberger last year, right?
Mhm.
Like a really bad Roethlisberger. A bad Roethlisberger the year before. The year before that was the gross Mason Rudolph, Duck Hodges year, which was terrible.
Wow.
Did they hit the defender first?
Mm-mm.
But anyway, that was like a gross year. And the year before that was like we went 9-8. So like it's the first year in a while that like I feel like we could actually be pretty good, and also just excitement from a young quarterback, like a future. It's hard when you're quarterback when you have a franchise. Obviously, everyone wishes that they had franchise quarterbacks. You know, but, like,
Jeez.
Justin Watson. Can't stop Justin Watson.
Just out of nowhere, it's like, all right, we'll just turn it on now. That's what it is with the Chiefs too. It's like they can look awful for 3 quarters. Like, all right, we're gonna put up 28 this quarter.
Oh, shit, man.
I guess that was perfect because it.
Scantling.
Dude, he's lucky he had to lean back for that.
I thought they didn't have to cover Justin Watson because they didn't know who he was, but that's not how it works. Mahomes was like, I'll throw it to people I don't know.
In world news, Hyde, Dana Masterson, convicted, guilty, 30 years.
Blake Bell.
You can't even have a favorite player for the Chiefs because they're all going to score.
I really honestly think it's the quarterback. He's just too fucking good.
So I'm saying like he
keeps
his
the
own
team like, just from what I'm seeing anyway. He like really,
He doesn't care who he throws to.
God, you see that throw? It's like a sidewinder.
Yeah,
the fuck is that?
He does sidearms.
God,
he does
man.
cross bodies. He's a video game.
Yeah, he's just
He had a
not,
no look pass last year.
wherever he's getting paid is not enough.
He had a no look pass last year, Dave.
What does that mean?
no, like he wasn't even looking.
at the receiver he threw it to. He was running like this. You can't do that in football. Just like, and they teach you as a defender, like read the eye of the quarterback. Where's he looking? He's not gonna throw it where he's not looking.
He's watching the coach. Kenneth Walker status changed from healthy to questionable.
His biggest flaw is that his wife's annoying, and his brother's
His
annoying.
brother's annoying.
He sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the
Those are his
Frog.
flaws.
Yeah,
Nothing on the field. Nothing personality.
Yeah, he got the most.
Sounds like Kermit.
The most shit he gets is like his brother's on the sideline again today.
His voice is kind of annoying.
Man,
What do you mean, guys? I can't even do it. I can't sound like Kermit.
you think his wife hates him for that? That kind of voice.
She dated him in high school when he still had that voice and not the money. So hey, Mahomes has 147 yards now and 2
Yep.
touchdowns and 27.
Now it's a normal first half. Let's see here. What other news? What did I save down here? I know one thing I have to figure out how we can do it, but we're going to ask who we think we are on a sitcom, and then they're like, oh, who are you on Friends? Like, oh, yeah, I'm Joey. Yeah, you're Chandler. You're like that.
Everyone thinks they're Chandler.
Or,
It's the most annoying one.
you know,
Everyone's
for
like,
all-
I'm funny. That's what everyone thinks. And Chandler's not funny. Hot take.
he has his moments.
I think he's just giving all the easy sarcastic lines. Like, I don't think he really does. He just has like one-liners.
Wapa.
The guy who makes me laugh the hardest on Friends
Ross.
is Ross, and it's not even close. He has all the moments that are just like, the thing is, the funniness is happening around him. He's not being funny. He's doing things that are funny.
He's taking,
He's the
yeah.
butt of the joke. That's the difference.
Pivot.
My sandwich. The amount of body things.
Oh, I
The
think,
leather pants.
I think
Tanning. The teeth.
the teeth, I love. I think I took your sandwich. You think? Did you bring a turkey sandwich with a bit of gravy right in the
the
middle?
moist maker.
Yeah, he's
Voice
so
make.
great. He's so great. What do you like?
I actually threw away most of it.
You threw away my
What
sandwich.
about when he's doing the interview and the guy falls asleep?
What?
The guy falls asleep interviewing him, and then Ross wakes him up being like, "Oh, thanks for the job."
I don't know that one. How did I miss that
I
one?
don't remember that.
We're watching.
100% that happens. He tries to climb out the room, ends up in the dude's lap, and the guy wakes up.
What season is this?
He's like sitting in the guy's
Oh,
lap. And the guy's holding
chalupas.
him, and Ross is just like, "Thanks for the job," and the guy's like waking up. He's just all like,
Joey?
What?
I don't know. He's just
I
there.
want to see this, man. It's based off the John Wick movies.
I don't understand why Joey would get so many women. Not smart, not wealthy, not that attractive. Like, I don't get it. Like, in Rules of Engagement, the womanizer's rich. That checks out.
Yep.
How I Met Your Mother, Barney is both rich and intelligent.
Very
But he
witty.
tricks them. So, like,
Very witty.
yeah, and he's rich. So, again, checks out. But how is a broke,
Yeah.
not smart?
Lives in a 2-bedroom apartment with another dude.
He does have one of my favorite lines in the show, though. We're like, Joey, you have a lot of sex, right? Ross said, and Joey's like, like today? He goes, I mean, some. And then he pulls out the giant condoms.
I've watched a lot of season 7 the past few weeks. I don't know. I just get between all the all the TVs in the house turning it on.
Is that the season one? Mona! Is that season where it's like
That's 8.
That's 8. He just keeps forgetting her.
Where she's pregnant. Rachel's pregnant.
Gosh, that's my favorite scene. I know I've told you about this. That's my favorite scene in the entire show.
It's the one where she gets knocked up at the end. And telling you about the time I went backpacking in Western Europe. Oh, you hit on him.
Yeah.
I love that one.
No, my favorite scene by far is when Ross is talking to Rachel's dad and Mona, and he's like, "You knocked out my wife." He's like, I was gonna tell you, but I thought it'd be best if you heard from Rachel's father. And he's like, "Oh, you just knocked her up and didn't offer." He goes, "Hey, I offered him there." And this guy's like, "But I didn't want to." and then the subplot of Monica hiring a stripper for Chandler because
He's a prostitute.
and he ended up hiring a prostitute. So then Joey calls while he's having this conversation, and Ross lets it go to voicemail. And he's like, "Hey, Ross, it's Joey here. There's a hooker over here. We thought you might know something about it." And he's just like, "No, no!" Like, his whole life is melting around him. Good stuff.
I can see why that show won our bracket. I didn't like season 9 as much.
Who's your least favorite?
The later seasons, I guess, kind of. I like the earlier seasons. I don't like season 1.
Phoebe might be my least favorite.
I like season from like 2-ish, like to probably 7.
I don't like Rachel that much. I don't like Phoebe at all.
Yeah, I didn't like Phoebe.
Rachel used to be my least favorite, but then like the more I've watched it, I'm like, Phoebe used to be kind of quirky and funny to me, but then I was like, she's just like actively a bad friend, honestly. Like not even like, kind of like Rachel is annoying and does bad things, but it's because of the way she was raised and stuff. Like Phoebe just sucks.
Yeah, she's homeless and still
Yeah,
kind of a garbage person.
she's kind of mean.
I was just talking to Nicole, like, who would you have married? And I think she said Joey. I was like, Ross is probably it. And I said I would end up with Monica. Monica would be my choice.
Of course. You don't have to clean. Or cook.
Yeah, she's crazy, but she's consistent.
Oh, yeah. She's going to cook and clean.
And I don't mind that she's neurotic at all.
She has the most sex of anyone on the show, as far as partners. More than Joey, as far as who you see. Monica has all the boyfriends.
Yeah, and she had Richard. Richard's he's a sex bot. For years. The stash.
I know, my God.
Are you still downloading stuff? You got to click the play button on those. They're not going to download.
I have to do one at a time. The speed here is a little low right now.
Well,
Sucking all
we
the
only have
juice.
38 minutes of the pod this week.
It's a short one. Typical Goff. Can't play when it matters. Oh, I also have the cards for Would You Rathers.
Oh, here's a question that we didn't get that Bethany brought to me about the cheese blowjob question.
Oh, yeah? Did you bring it up to her, did you?
She brought it up to me, too.
Yeah. She watched the podcast, so we talked about it. But anyway, here's a question she had. She said if you guys could choose, like each individual day. So like today on Thursday, if you don't eat cheese, you will get a blowjob, and then on Friday you get that same deal. She's saying, how often would you eat cheese?
I would never have cheese again. If I know at the end of the day.
But they're saying that like if you do eat cheese, like you're not gonna get it today, but you're gonna have that same deal tomorrow.
It doesn't matter.
She's saying there's probably a time where she's like once every like 3 or 4 months you'd have like pizza and you just cheese load for one day.
One day?
Well, she's saying like
That makes it too easy of a would you rather, though, because then it can just be like,
That's what I mean.
no, it's not a would you rather.
That's
She's
pick and
saying like
choosy.
how often.
how often would you have cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
For me, it'd be like every time Bethany's available, I probably would just not eat cheese. And then like if she was out of town, I would eat an absurd amount of cheese. Like it would be ridiculous.
But that's not even what this says. You still get a blowjob, even if she's not around.
That's true. It's happening somehow.
What you doing,
Oh.
boy?
Jax is partying late.
What's up, wrong with the big dogs? What's up, little man?
Oh, are you ready for bed, Bubba? Oh. I love you. gonna watch some football.
Some foosball with your friends.
Captain Insano shows no mercy.
You wrong, Colonel Sanders. Mom
I don't
was
know.
right.
I don't even know where this toy came from.
If I'm being honest, look at a chew toy for a dog.
No, those lights on it and shit.
This is my squishy, and I will love him and kiss him and hug him and squeeze him, and I will call him George, and he will be mine.
You ready for bed, Bubba? It's late.
You whip yourself. Oh God.
All right. I see you in the morning. He's just done.
Yeah,
He's delirious.
yeah, whatever, man.
You gonna give hugs?
Let's say, where's mine, man? Watch out for the dog crap. Kidding.
I'm hopeful that you're kidding. What are you guys watching on TV lately? Anything?
I got you.
Watching a lot of Friends. I was going to.
Night. Watch your head. Watch it. Be careful.
I still gotta watch season 2 of The Bear. Hear great things.
I watched season.
Why are you shaking your head?
I watched the first like 3 episodes and I was not in it.
I watched season. You know what it is?
Is it too
It's funny,
stressful?
And it says it's a comedy. It's not funny at all.
No, you know what it is? I think it's like. Have you seen Shameless?
Yeah.
I think it's like you're used to seeing him in Shameless in that character, and then when you watch The Bear, you're like, all right, same character, but he's like about food, but it's
Yeah, I guess
different,
he's a slightly more put together lip.
right? I don't know. Yeah. It was all right.
You going? You going?
You. He's like, you need to shave. Oh,
Kiss.
God. Oh, God.
It was kiss. It was a kiss the finger.
Is that what it was?
He's like, kiss my finger.
I didn't know what was happening.
It's like, be good.
Oh, ET out here.
Shit.
I'm trying to think of things to talk about that I knew I'd want to talk about, but forgot to put on my list.
Where did you say that guy got 30 years? And that guy from the 70s show? 60s or 70s show?
The 70s show?
What up,
Or-
G?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, we're ready. We're
The
ready for
ranch.
Mike to fucking wrap it up here.
Well, I'm saying like, what do you? I'm saying what about talking about it?
Oh.
It's hard to talk about a game that came out 7 years ago.
That's not true. Usually talk about it.
I do wish that you could have seen how it used to be.
I wish you
Was
were.
it
I
better or
wish you were
worse?
more involved in gaming. Okay, if you like this game, dude, this is the gateway, man. This is like the, you know,
This is the weed of gaming.
for real. This is this is how you get hooked.
Be snorting lines of.
Hey, just one more game, guys. Just one more. Yeah. Yeah.
We can run it. We can run it better.
Yeah.
I know what happened. I know where I
When
went
you come to
wrong.
us and say this phrase, guys, you want to run one? We'll know you're a gamer.
I mean, he did text me. Hey, you want to play?
I said play.
No, I want-
See?
Hey guys, you could make second half bets, Mike, after what you saw.
Play his name also.
Ugh. I think now they're gonna run away with it. I think the Lions are gonna lion. Who was it? ESPN just re-signed this one of their anchors, and man, I did not realize they made so much money. There's all these layoffs, and one just signed like $1.5 million a year. It's like, dude, you just host like Sports Center. You're living the dream. And I tell you, the stats on Mahomes looked awful with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. And now he's 60% passing with 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, oh. So this is what it's like when you have like a quarterback. I don't think the Bears are gonna. I know they got to do something. They got to beat the Packers. They have to beat the Packers this weekend.
Why?
Like the thing I told Zach.
Because your mom's going to be rooting for the Packers, right?
She be working. She don't count. There's 53 men in the Bears roster. 12 of them have beat the Packers in their career.
53 guys on a team?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
12 of them have beat the Packers in their careers. Only 3 players on the Bears beat the Packers as Bears. Cody Whitehair, Patrick Scales, the long snapper, and Eddie Jackson, the safety. It's just like the Packers have beat us so much for so many years. I just need to go the other way. They took the winningest franchise record from the Bears last year, and it's just heartbreaking. There would be no Green Bay Packers if it weren't for the Bears, because George Halas paid $100 in like 1915 to keep them in the league, or 1950, something ridiculous, like $100 kept them in the league. It was like union dues. And if they didn't pay it, if he hadn't paid it, there'd be no Packers, and it'd just be the Bears' world. All the Avatar movies are delayed a year.
Why?
The writer's strike.
All the what?
The writer's strike. All the Avatar movies.
Yeah.
They're all being pushed back a year. What else? What else is going on in this world? Man, kids really just keep you out of it sometimes.
I don't really watch the news. It's too depressing.
I mean, it's not pop culture. Well, fucking pop culture too. So I try to keep up on fucking Reddit. See, what did I save? What did I save? Porn. No. I was reading about drug trips.
Okay.
Drug trips?
Yeah.
Like they're tripping on drugs, or they're like a mule?
Tripping. So there are some fucking drugs out there that are just like the stuff you hear on the news is that's easy. What is like crocodile, like that made its rounds. It's a Russian drug, which is pretty much fucking bleach. And Drano. Just rots off your body in like the first time use. You high as shit, but you're losing limbs. I heard about this other one. It's called Datura. And it's just a plant. Like, it's an invasive weed that people keep. It's everywhere. You can just pull the plant.
1 for 100, baby.
There you go. Wait, you got to place a $1 bet?
Yeah.
Mine will only do less than 5 now.
Why?
I don't know.
He's lost so many times that it's like, sir.
We're just gonna keep milking you. We'll know he's made $10 bets, so like we don't accept $1 bets anymore. So this Datura, it has a bunch of seeds inside the plant, inside the flower, and like each flower has like 100 seeds. 30 seeds can be fatal, but 20 seeds.
Oh my god!
It's apparently like a 3-day high, but it's very intense. Like you can have sex with the spirit that you're seeing.
Wow.
Like it's visual.
I'm being honest, sounds amazing.
But
Drugs are scurry, okay?
it can cause like permanent effects.
Little disclaimer on the end here.
It might kill you, but
You might have to relearn your alphabet. but for the 3 days, you're not gonna know shit.
Like there's stories and it was like, oh yeah, I woke up from the shadow realm. It fried my brain and I just can't. Now sometimes I'm just sitting around and I can see a shadow passing to my peripheral. I look and it's not there, but he's been with me since I took the trip. And it's just like, oh God. And like, it's got the active ingredients of Benadryl and scopolamine. Scopolamine is another plant you can get in like South America. And it's just it's part of a tree. Damn, dude. And it's just part of a tree that you dry and you crush into powder and you blow it in someone's face and you can make them a zombie. So a lot of places in Central and South America, you take this drug and you grind it up and you blow it into people's face by the ATM. You tell them, give me all your money. And they'll do it willingly. It's called devil's breath, scopolamine. Shit's crazy. You got to look into drugs. I was talking to Nicole's brother's friend. He was like, hey, man, you want a gentle high? Like, of what?
Yes, I do.
Depends on what kind of high we're talking about.
For real.
Let's probably get us kicked off. Hawaiian wood rose seeds.
Just kicked off.
Yeah.
This kicked off? What?
Talking about drugs.
So, does that matter?
Well, you can buy Hawaiian wood rose seeds at Walmart Guard Center.
What?
Hawaiian wood rose seeds. You can buy them anywhere.
Is that something that gets you high?
Apparently. Good trips. Good trips.
Yeah, I want good trips with.
Because look at
I'll have the
underneath
Lady
it. So there's the place to buy it. And you go down a couple slides and powerful hallucinogen.
Does it show up in drug tests? That's the other question.
I don't think so.
Dad went outside to talk to the people about why the power's out, and they said vines. And I said, vines?
First off, nothing bad ever came from Vine. I miss Vine still. Do it for the
Do it
Vine.
for the vine. Do it
I
for
ain't
the
gonna
vine.
do it. Do it for the Vine. It just takes me back, man. There, Vine walked so TikTok could run. Did you watch? Did you? You weren't. And you're old. Did you? Were you in on Vine at all back in the day? Ah. I used to watch so many Vine clips, compilation clips. What sucks is there's so many people that were huge on Vine that were making all this money, but then it went bankrupt. So people went from making a couple $100,000 to nothing. Trying to stay relevant on an app that goes completely kaput sucks, because man, you get to watch a long downfall like Gabby Hanna. Woo. Mahomes.
7 successful fake punts in 2 seasons in 1.5? That's insane.
So these guys want to play some PUBG. If I had a way to show you guys, I would.
Yeah, I get that thing like some guys have, like it like looks down on their phone.
It's $30.
That's out of my price range.
You plug it into your phone, and it would stream my screen onto that, just like I do with the PS5, but it's a different dongle.
You said dongle.
I thought I was going to get it, but I was going to get it to go with the headphones that I wanted. But I'm not going to get those headphones because they're expensive. And
Oh, brother.
$800.
What is it?
$800.
Do they suck your cock while you're wearing them?
They suck your tympanic membranes like you
my
may as well.
God.
But I've wanted these headphones for a while. They've been in my car. I was going to get it for my birthday, but we're broke. So I'm not going to get it. I'll take some shots of, me and Zach are supposed to be going golfing on Sunday.
Yeah, we better. I paid for the tea time already.
We got $5.
For a tea time?
It used to be just a $5 down payment.
Oh, no, I paid for the full Monty.
All right, I'll give you the code to the door. So if I don't answer, you can just wake me up.
I will come in and just be like, get out here! Like, oh, you're freaking.
The tea time's later than I thought I should be up. I was nervous because I thought it was like 6:45. That would have been early.
No, 8:12.
8:12 I can do.
And especially since we'll have to leave. If we're maybe get there at 7:45, we'll like leave here like at 7:20 or something.
That works.
Just so we get there on time. Especially since we might be paired to at least one person. Sometimes that's how it works. So you don't want to like, make them wait. The group's not here. Great. But check no.
That's the problem when you run hard like that. When you run angry, oh, that's a big body that landed on him too.
He runs like he's mad at the ground for existing.
Like Ted Lasso. You used to run like you're mad at the fucking ground. All right. And it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. I'm gonna do some PUBG. Surprising.
To buy some golf balls for this weekend. I don't know how many I have. I don't know.
Yeah, I will have to. I think I got like fucking 7 balls, and I'm not good. I've only gone once this year.
They say there's a Goliath gator hole. I hope we see it.
I think it's like hole 8 or something.
He's like a famous big gator that lives on the course, I guess.
Looks like that's not even playing. There it is.
Love me, cause I don't think I love me anymore. Maybe I think too much, so I drink
So
to
you
rush
guys
all my
next week?
demons out the door.
When we discuss what?
Tell
A lot of
me,
different picks.
tell me that it's all inside my head.
It'd be fun.
Call it OCD, tell me it's you, not me, cause it's driving me mad.